When it comes to moving into new places, which is something I always recommend, you should always expect to be moving from one place to another that was better than the previous if the moving was optional and you were the one who decided to take the action on purpose. But back to your first point, why do you always recommend moving to new places? Do you work as an entrepreneur of some sort? And you also said that when moving to a new place, it should be better than the previous. Your excuse was that if it was optional. But what if it was optional due to the fact that the person who moved did so to lower his expenses? Wouldn't that be a downgrade for the place itself because it costs less? Wouldn't that make your logic a bit too broken? What do you have to say? I have to say that don't take everything I say too seriously. I'm just another guy on the internet. So, this person has just moved into his new property and discovered it was a bad move. The dude thought he was playing chess and made a mistake. His backyard door, or front yard, or whatever place that door leads to, keeps shaking, and sounds of the stored items in there can be heard as if they were moving inside. While inside the house itself, that weird sliding door leading to the bedroom keeps going left and right. He has a similar door that also performs the same paranormal activity. One day, she was back from work, only to find the door of the bathroom shaking. When she opened it, she found the faucet running. You know, after recapping the videos, it's merely a matter of door activities. She decided to bless the house, and it worked like butter, as if she were completing a mission in some video game. Also, it's worth mentioning that she found a mysterious-looking box.
I was exploring my new place. I already saw the one shed, but I didn't know there was another. What is this box? This won't stop. The door keeps shaking. It's scary. What is this? It won't open. I am home alone and this started happening. Okay, this is scary. I don't know where this came from. My bathroom door kept making noise. Then the faucet turned on by itself. Going back to my room, this is really creepy, guys. Blessing this house. Wish me luck. Door 1. Door 2. Door 3. Bye-bye. I got a package in the mail, but I didn't order anything. Let's see what it is. No way. What is going on here? Something is messing with me. I live by myself. Except for Puppy. This place is haunted for real. This is terrifying. What am I going to do about this? Just got home from work. This needs to stop. I need help, please. Going to explore it later.
If blessing a house was really as easy as they made it look, then no place in the world would still be haunted, which doesn't add up, even for the skeptics out there. What really threw me off, though, was how many people actually live there. In some clips, the hand looks like it belongs to a woman, and in others, it looks like a man's hand. And to make it even weirder, she said she was completely alone. I want you to imagine yourself in an office alone at night, and I don't want you to go dirty with your imagination. Let's keep it clean. So you're in the office alone at night, and you think to yourself, well, since no one is watching, it's time to do the thing. You lean back on your seat and then take a nap. When things start to get messy around you, which takes me to my next point, which is the next video. We have a guy who seems to be working the night shift alone in the office. He was sitting behind his desk and sleeping. Though I did say earlier that no one was going to know. How did we not only know he took a nap, but have all the details too? Because it was recorded on the security camera. Back to our friend, as he was taking a nap, it seemed like something was banging on the walls or the doors. I don't exactly know if there were others around him outside his office. We don't have any details on the video itself, but these bangs and knocks were a bit too consistent and unintentional, which could indicate that it might have been caused by an actual ghost, especially after the follow-up. The phone rings, and our friend wakes up to answer the call. But he picks up the phone and no one answers. It's a moment of fear and kind of reminds me of an episode of a cartoon show. Though the man doesn't freak out, at least not yet, they didn't leave him alone. And by they, I'm referring to the ghosts. After he settles down, the chair beside him rotates. He barely notices it or gives any reaction, but that doesn't last long, as a water bottle flips off of the desk on its own. That did trigger him, but not to the extent where he scurries away. That wasn't it. It was the chair that was pushed and flipped down on its back that sent the man running and screaming in fear. I may have had a better reaction than he did if I were in his position. I most likely wouldn't have run or screamed, but I would have left half walking and half sprinting, so in the footage, I don't appear as clumsy. A very innocent man was at home alone. He was just playing some Rocket League, enjoying himself, having the best time ever of his life. He was alone, feeling cuddly and soft. And before he touches the sensual parts, he hears something. So he picks up his phone to make a video and upload it to TikTok, complaining. Complaining about what? About being alone, not finding the right person in his life, or not finding a good job. Well, you're a bit far with your thoughts, the thoughts you never had but were forced upon you. He was complaining about the haunting in his house. What an innocent poor dude. Why does he have to suffer in this situation? He just wanted to play some video games at night. Why would a djinn come for this man when there are far better options around him on the same street? Here is a thing, after he finished complaining, he followed up with this. He was messing with the Ouija board the other night. I heard him saying this, and I took the decision instantly to go to the toilet. This time not to poop out, but rather to vomit. I was disgusted by how stupid Jay was when he played with the Ouija board. It started with the door closing on its own. He looked at it to see who could be behind it, as if he wasn't already aware that he was alone in that moment. He asks, "Who's there?" As if there were someone there who will say, "I'm here, come and get me." Jay opens the door to find the chandelier swinging. Then later, the lights flicker. He goes to the kitchen, only to find an 8 feet tall monster waiting for him, who took the table and pushed it. The monster wasn't visible to him, but I can imagine that it was there. Also, there was a sperm lurking at him, as well as a handprint on his dusty table.
Alright, so I'm sitting here playing Rocket League at the moment. Every time I'm here by myself, I swear this place is haunted. I've been with Ouija boards, and I was stupid enough to bloody invite demons to possess me and shit because I didn't believe in it. But ever since then, every time I'm here by myself, I hear shit outside. So I'm playing Rocket League. Oh, did you hear that? Oh, what the f... No f... No f... Hello? Is anybody here? Holy shit, what's that f moving? Hello? Is anybody here? Oh my god, man. What the f... No f... Hello? I heard you. No. No f***ing way. No f***ing way. Oh my god. Hello? And I swear I just saw a f***ing shadow moving here. So what's this light switch? Oh man, I'm absolutely f***ing shitting myself. No. That can't be f*** off. Holy f***ing shit. Nah, fuck this, oh no. Nah, fuck this, I'm out of here. Goodbye. Fuck this fucking shit. Hello everyone. I've been getting lots of people asking me for an update on the ghost stuff, but to be honest, I haven't really been home much since Friday night, since all that went down. But I've just kind of gotten home and turned my telly on and stuff and leant over here and noticed something on my cabinet thing. And yeah, right, you're probably going to give me shit about how dusty it is, but whatever. I don't dust. But What the hell is that? It looks like a handprint or something. Oh, check it out. Wait. It's actually got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fingers and a thumb. And the thumbprint's way bigger than... I didn't even notice it had 5 fingers. That's weird. Oh, well. I don't even know if I want to know what that is, to be honest, but there's the best update I can give you for now.
I hate to break it to you, Jay. Why do I hate it? Actually, it's kind of a pleasure to say you're in deep water now. So, your choices are simple. Either burn the house down or sell it. Selling is always a solid second option. I always say, if you're a neighbor to an elderly lady, don't try to engage much. You never know what she could bring to the table. In the end, she is old enough to have experienced many things and to have had experiences and many more. And here I'm referring to the realm of ghosts and demons. I always assume that if the person is too old, they have many more chances to be dealing with ghosts in some way or another than a much younger person. Now in the next video, we have a young woman named Kiki and her husband. We will get to the granny in a second. Hang in there. Kiki was driving back home, and once she reached her house, she noticed with her husband something odd. Though it might not have been scary at first, it does build up to something surely bone-chilling. They noticed that the car door of their elderly neighbor was opened all the way. Maybe since she is really old, she could have forgotten about it. They approached her house and decided to notify her. They knocked on the door many times, and it seemed like she wasn't going to have any response whatsoever. So they began knocking on the window, at least Kiki did. While she was knocking on that window, she noticed that something behind the window was moving, a strange thing she called a ghost face. She freaked out and told her husband, who didn't know what to say. And then the granny finally opened the door for them. She was just as surprised as they were that the car door was left open and assumed that it was a thief, since he also broke the door, as she claimed.
¿Eh?
Tócale tú. A ver qué con tu copa.
No me acuerdo de su nombre. ¿O le hablaremos a la policía?
Pero no, hay que ver si contesta.
Su garage.
Pero si no estuviera ahí, no está el carro.
Ah, mira, yo creo que ya prendió la luz. ¿No? ¿Es tu lámpara? No, a ver, bájala.
Tócala un poquito más fuerte.
Ay, le tocas tú, me da miedo.
¿Ah?
Le tocas tú, me da miedo. Uy, la mierda. Uy, la mierda. Uy, tiene una pinche mierda ahí. Tiene como, se ve como una cabeza, te lo juro.
Una señora, ¿no?
Ah. No sé.
Esta amiga me conoce.
Hi, hola, soy yo, la vecina de al lado.
Who is it?
It's me, your neighbor. The next door neighbor.
We're trying to let you know. We're trying to let you know your car is open.
¿Ah?
Your car is open.
¿Qué pasó?
Su carro tiene toda la puerta abierta.
¿Mi carro?
Sí.
Oh my God. How can we open?
La de al lado.
Oh my God.
Sí, su carro tiene toda la puerta abierta.
Alguien la abrió.
Sí. ¿Qué ver, no? Sí, está.
Yeah.
¿Quiere que le hablemos a la policía?
Now, there is a very important thing I have to add here. Days after this incident, paranormal activity occurred in Kiki's house, where she heard someone knocking at her door and the voices of her children calling her, despite them being asleep right in front of her eyes. I don't think I have to give you any introductions when it comes to shadow figures. You are most likely familiar with how they appear. If you've never seen a shadow figure before, the next video is more like a DIY project. Doesn't that translate to doing it yourself? Yeah, I guess. I use that to reference the next video because that's how I felt when I saw the so-called shadow figure in the videos. I would rather call them apparitions instead of listing them under the shadowy category. But before we even start talking about these apparitions, how did we even get there to begin with? What led to these apparitions to even occur? Very good question, but unfortunately, with no one to answer them, I'm an even more useless source of info than Wikipedia, so I can't tell what led to the haunting of the next dude's house. His name is nowhere to be found either, so let's stick with Mike. Mike was recording his kitchen in the middle of the night, knowing that something paranormal has to occur, not because he could predict the future or anything, but rather because he got so used to it he memorized when these ghosts started their shift. Plus the fact that the activity already began before he pressed record. He asked them to leave. If I remember correctly, he tried to have a normal conversation from one man to another or to a ghost. But nonetheless, the kitchen was just as active as ever. These cabinets sat the stage and began opening on their own. He tried using an app to detect any figure if present in the kitchen, and it seems like there was in fact a figure dancing in the corner of the kitchen. But when it comes to the heavy stuff, the apparitions, they can be easily missed if you don't pay attention. Even though these figures have big heads, it blends perfectly with the environment, so pay attention.
Is there anyone there? Oh man, that's crazy. Holy you guys. Oh. What the man? Who's there? Leave. Leave. Okay, I'm back home. It's been about 3 days. I just got back from my hotel room and I've still been witnessing uneasy feeling in here. It's the only way I can describe it. So tonight, I'm just trying to see if there's any type of communication. Whoever you are, I've caught you a couple of times on camera. What the f? Or maybe you probably don't know, but the reason why the door stays open is because of the carpet. And lately I've been sleeping with this closet door right here open because I don't want... What the... You're not allowed here. Leave. 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 This is my house. No. What the... Man.
I'm not fully convinced that these figures are actually ghostly. They just seem way too thick, like too solid. But hey, that's just my opinion. You don't have to take it as some universal standard. Ever heard of the Big Bang Theory? Good, because we are not talking about it today, though if you have not heard of it, that may make things harder on you. Since we won't mention it here, I just named the title somewhat relevant to that theory for a completely different reason that I will hop onto just in a moment, after we first discuss why Josh headed to this terrifying place, and why he is investigating it alone today, which is unusual. We have Josh from the Paranormal Nightmare TV team. And since it says team, he does have comrades, which, as I said earlier, are not present in the video. He decided to venture alone into the abandoned haunted school. There is some context regarding the school itself though. The abandoned Liberty Township School, a massive structure in Ohio that operated from 1927 until 2006. Now derelict, the building has become infamous for paranormal activity, including reports of a little girl's apparition in the basement cafeteria, a lady in white wandering the halls, and the spirit of a man who took his life behind the school. Now, when it comes to the investigation itself, it's one of those that kind of surprised me. I wasn't expecting much from it, but it was almost filled with the paranormal, as at the beginning, we have replay footage from before the investigation was even started, where Josh claims that he has seen something on the window of a room, but he couldn't capture anything in the moment. Then we get to kick things off, in the hallways particularly, where he uses the EMF detector to communicate with any ghost, and he gets some responses. Throughout the video, there were many moments where he received responses on his devices, almost as if the ghost was actually fine with contacting him. Back to the hallways, where it started, he heard sounds of walking, as if someone else was in the building with him, despite the fact that he came alone and was sure that no one else was in sight with him. The walking sounds didn't stop there, as they happened on different occasions and in different sections of the building. There were also knocks here and there, but the one creepy activity that inspired me to name this video as visible on your screen was the bangs. Some of them were so loud, Josh jumped and was spooked for real.
So earlier today, during the live, I swear I seen somebody walk across up where the catwalk area is. Wait a second. Dude, hold on. I swear I seen something up in that window up there. Wait a second. Dude, hold on. I swear I seen something up in that window up there. Just do a walkthrough real quick of the building. Make sure we're the only ones here. And I heard the loudest bang. Fortunately, I was not recording at the time. Hello? It'll be a little bit creepier when I go completely. My name is Josh. I'm here tonight to talk to you. Can you see me right now? Are you walking down here with me? Was that you? Was that you? Somebody's walking. Can you hit that again for me, please? Because all the doors are chained shut. Were you a teacher here at the building? If you walk over here and sit in one of these chairs, can you do that for me? Whoa! Whoa! Dude, that was so loud. My name is Josh. Can you tell me your name? You keep hearing like something walking. Were you the one that hit something really hard?
Please stay back.
That was so loud. Is there somebody else down here with us? Could you walk past that window again for me? Something's walking. I can hear you.
Ellis.
Bright light. Was that you? There was a huge bright light. Hey!
Come and go.
Who was that? Hey! Oh, I seen a bright light. Okay, so I got my flashlight, so I feel a little bit safer. I'm trying to push myself, but I also want to be safe. You know? Hey! Whoa! Holy t- Who was that? This is not safe, Josh. Get out of here. Up there is where I heard the loud bang. I know if I leave and don't go check it out, Hello? Can I see you? There's something about that up there. It's so creepy. If you're watching this video and this is my last video, I love you guys. Okay, let's go. Who was that? Oh, walking. Walking. Whoa! Okay. Holy. That's the one thing, filming by yourself. It's creepy, it's dangerous, and you gotta carry everything yourself. I'm just gonna take a break real quick.
It sounded like it wanted to talk to you though, but that was the weird part. I just couldn't believe it said your name. What the hell was that?
If you're up on that top floor walking, can you hit something for me real hard? And then I'll leave your school.
I'll prove I'm here.
Okay. Whoa. Thank you. You proved it. Okay, thank you. I want you to let me leave the school and get all my equipment, but you cannot hurt me, okay? Did you just touch me?
The building is actually massive, knowing that it's a school. It's definitely one of the biggest buildings out there for a school. The only thing that was missing in this video was the ghost of the lady in white they spread rumors about. Look, we all love to take a good nap after a long day of work. Even I do like that, but here is a problem. I take naps even after a long day of rest and comfort. I don't know what's wrong with my body, but it seems like it easily gives up on me whenever a chance presents itself for me to sleep. But I know for sure that I would only fall for it if I'm in my own property or at my parents' house. Other than that, you won't catch me paralyzed. Even if it's in the hospital and I have to go under surgery, these doctors won't catch me sleeping for their anesthetic needles. No, I'm better than that. But a place where neither me nor you would be down for a nap is a haunted abandoned place. It doesn't necessarily have to be haunted by a ghost. It could be haunted by some people. And this takes us to Bren Richardson, as known as Flex, because he is such a flexible man. And I'm not joking here. I don't do that for free, but the man is totally flexible. How can't he be when he could easily sleep in an abandoned, rusty old farmhouse without a shiver? He is a camper and also an investigator. He mostly does camping videos, and he targets abandoned places mostly. He mentioned that he investigated or visited the farmhouse before but had to come back again. Why is that though? Did he find a treasure he couldn't bring home the first time because someone or something chased him? Or is it that he found a bed frame where he could put his mattress on to take a nap and he had to try it again? As ridiculous as these theories may sound, they aren't far from reality. In the video, he sat his mattress on a bed frame he found there and took a nap. But it didn't last for long because he heard a noise and turned out there was someone walking around inside the house. Flex was shaking on the inside and had to stay quiet until he made sure he could escape.
Ever noticed that last time? It's like a checkered board or something. But yeah, it's just a really, really old farmhouse. There's not really a lot in here. But the reason I want to do this is because of what we found last time paranormal wise, and it was a bit strange. So there's a bed upstairs in one of the bedrooms if I remember rightly, so we're going to go and have a look. Don't know if you can tell, but I'm not feeling good about this. Yeah, it's the wind. So I don't know if you can hear that, it is really windy outside. Thankfully I've got the only room with a working window. What's that noise? I think paranoia. When I get quiet, I go quiet. But I'm sure I saw someone's feet. I definitely heard something. Pretty sure I haven't left anything. As quiet as I can.
How could he even close his eyes so comfortably? Dude, I can't even keep my eyes shut for long when I'm taking a shower, and I'm a full-grown adult. I still can't do it. The next video had divided people and split them into two sections, two categories. One was trying to be logical because they are skeptical of anything they don't understand, and the other group was trying to hype the event up and spread their own take while maintaining a respectful tone and not sounding stupid. The video captures a man in South Cotabato, Philippines. We can see that two men were trying to get a hold on the guy on the ground, who was acting so strangely and moving his body so aggressively. They were trying to restrain his movement as much as they possibly could while he was thrashing them. The video might be a showcase of someone under a demonic possession, and I said might, not surely, out of respect to those who don't believe in such phenomena. In the video, the possessed man was so difficult to control that at one point, one of the guys holding him pulled out a fighting stance on him, thinking he might be seriously attacked at any moment.
Hadlukan ko. Hadlukan ko. Ayaw kasi lawas mo to. Boleh gani sir be? Hoy!
Those who didn't believe it was a ghastly demonic possession of some sort had the argument point that he might have been suffering from tetanus, a bacterial infection that causes severe muscle spasms, body rigidity, and often results in the spine arching unnaturally. This list just keeps getting off point the longer it goes, but who said that was true? It just looks like it is, but in reality, I just have to deceive your eyes so I don't spoil everything. That is what they call hype. Or was it boredom in my case? Let's now talk about the teddy bear, which we will have a good look at in our upcoming investigation. But before we get to him, I want to get to you first. The story is very simple. The residents of this home say that they have had many paranormal events that sent shivers down their spines. The last part, starting with scent, was added by me for extra creepy vibes. Other than objects moving on their own, they also had a terrifying encounter with a mist-like figure with the appearance of a man. So they called Daniel to investigate the house, and here he is. I don't know whether he brought the teddy bear here or if it was there already, but it looks so fresh. What a pointless thing to talk about. Anyway, remember what the owners have said about the paranormal activities. Remember how she told you you weren't worth spending my time with. So Daniel suddenly had the same exact surroundings. The plushie moved across the table. The flower pot did too. The drawers came out of the socket, and the phantom-like man was about to start up a conversation with Danny, but Dan was too scared, unfortunately. The way the family's claims lined up perfectly with Daniel's experiences is honestly hilarious. It's like he showed up just to prove everything they were seeing was 100% real. Or maybe he just tried to recreate it for them so they could show the footage to any skeptics. But doesn't that kind of make it feel a little less legit? I don't really know how I stumbled upon the next video or how I found it, but it's very interesting and one of a kind. I feel like I'm describing a generational talent. The video we have is of a group of people. We don't really know what they were doing to begin with, but they were in an abandoned factory, as they described it. The place wasn't really that scary or anything, and the investigation was conducted in the broad daylight, so there was nothing to be scared of, at least not in the sense of the environment. But this gets me to where things escalate from a friendly trip to an old abandoned place to a terrifying experience that was captured on tape. As the cameraman was rolling his camera around, it caught what looks like a pale face in the shadows deep between the ladders, but none of them noticed that scary apparition. But you know what they say, if they couldn't notice you the first time you appeared, always try again. And so, when they decided to head up to the roof, and before the cameraman could reach the stairs, the camera captured an even clearer apparition of a scary pale face under the table. But pay attention to what I said there, the camera caught it, so they still didn't see it. Up on the roof, in the entrance that leads to the roof, it was dark, but the creepy apparition was caught again. And yup, the investigators unsurprisingly missed it.
あ、すいません。大きいってどれぐらいなんですかね。1年から1メートルぐらいですかね。ああ。1メートル。ラストの多分無理だね。1メートルでしょ。少し火は出るけど、一瞬だし、火柱みたいなのじゃなくて、もう格好するみたいなやつだ。煙が出る。いや、煙っていうか粉？セメントの粉。火災報知器があって、多分煙を感知しちゃうんですよ。それ消せばいいの。消えない。ああ、消せばいい。消えない。消えない。さあ、ちょっと待って。何にもできないね、ここで。はい、よろしい。あ、おはようございます。え？はい、ちょっと。
ないとこダメなんですか？景色がちょっとな。設定が渋谷だからな。でも渋谷とかはそういう柵がないよって言って。
I obviously don't think they missed these apparitions. I feel like this video was clipped off of a short horror film of some sort, but unfortunately, I don't have the original source, and what I was able to find about this video was one guy in the comments spreading some info claiming to be related to the video, but he also followed up his comment with another saying, "Don't search the info he wrote earlier on Google." And I, from my position, ask you to subscribe and watch the next video on screen.